it was me or, someone who maybe might not have that status, I don't know if we would, be able to be free right now and not be charged.
What started as a strange parking job has turned into a bigger question about accountability. Photos we obtained show that car bearing an official state Senate license plate ended up in an unusual position.
We discovered the license plate for that car that was parked on this sidewalk belonged to Maryland State Senator C. Anthony Muse.
First elected as a delegate to Prince George's County in 1995 to 1999, Muse has served in the Senate twice.
If this scenario happened to me or you, we would have to deal with someone. We would have to probably get a lawyer. We may have had some issues with our car being repossessed. But when you are a powerful politician, you're able to do whatever the hell you want to do.
Well, the police should be treating everyone equal.
One drink. A 911 call initially reported as a hit and run, then updated to an accident, with the lawmaker saying he exchanged information, and a senator's SUV later driven away by someone else. Those are among the details Annapolis police confirmed after days of questioning from Spotlight on Maryland about a viral incident involving Maryland State Senator C. Anthony Muse.
So before we get into this, because we're kind of going a little bit too fast, let's back up for a second to explain the situation with this dude and how the hell he was able to get away with this.
Residents say a driver hit a parked car, left the scene, then ended up parked partly on a sidewalk and against a tree in Annapolis's Eastport neighborhood.
I'd assume I would be charged pretty quickly if I were to do something like that.
Belonged to Maryland State Senator C. Anthony Muse.
First elected as a delegate to Prince George's County in 1995 to 1999, Muse has served in the Senate twice. Exclusive surveillance videos show Muse maneuvering the SUV for nearly 5 minutes before parking. At times, Senator Muse's vehicle is seen perpendicular to the desired parking spot before his final landing. After a quick inspection, the senator drove from the car into the street. He comes back to the SUV several minutes later to an audience, escorted by a man before disappearing for an hour. Workers at Ruth's Chris in Eastport, not authorized to speak on behalf of the restaurant, told Spotlight on Maryland police went to the restaurant on Monday looking for Senator Muse after the incident. They say Senator Muse is known to the establishment after previously leaving without paying several times. Meanwhile, back at the site of the parking location, surveillance video shows Senator Muse returning. The elected official is seen slowly walking before getting inside his car. Another person gets into the driver's seat of Muse's SUV and drives the vehicle away.
So you see the entire scenario. This dude was able to park his car, and the way he has parked it, clearly the dude was drinking. There's no doubt the homeboy was drinking. He was drinking a little bit too much, and he parked his car as if he was completely blind. I mean, the poor tree is bent to the angle here. Something happened. How this guy was able to avoid accountability? Well, this is what we're gonna be talking about in this video right here.
He not driving, so that he worked to you, and instead waited for somebody to come to drive the car.
Friday morning, 4 days after the incident, police finally responded to our questions. A spokesperson wrote there was no crime reported to Annapolis police that required an investigation.
You have to understand, there was an accident that occurred. A guy parked on top of a tree, and he told you guys that he had been drinking. And there's video of him inside the vehicle getting ready to leave the site around 9:30, and somebody else was allowed to drive the vehicle.
Despite a brief phone conversation with us, Annapolis Acting Police Chief Amy Miguez declined our request for an on-camera interview. A department spokesperson also declined to appear on camera, answering questions only by phone and email.
So I'm wondering, did you guys perform field sobriety? Did you check surveillance video when there was property damage in 2 separate instances that occurred? And was this guy given preferential treatment?
Police initially told us officers never saw Muse in the driver's seat. After we provided additional surveillance video, the department said it would review officers' body-worn camera footage.
It has been 2 hours since we first made contact with the Annapolis Police Department seeking answers about Senator Muse's incident that happened on Monday. They denied us an on-camera interview, and after we provided more footage, they said that they're going to look into the matter further. We're still waiting for a return call.
So you see what we're dealing with here. Obviously, he's a powerful politician, and they're trying to sweep this under the rug. Homeboy is driving drunk, was able to leave, told him that he was drinking, and no accountability. No accountability. These people do whatever the hell they want While if it was me or you, our car would have been taken away. We've been trying to hire a lawyer and we'd be trying to fight for our freedom. But when you deal with the powerful politicians in these areas, they do whatever the hell they want to do.
Minutes after packing up and heading back to Baltimore, we received an email from police alleging what eyewitness accounts claimed. Police wrote, at no time did officers encounter the owner of the vehicle sitting in the driver's seat of the vehicle. The owner of the vehicle stated he had one drink, adding a licensed driver retrieved the vehicle.
When somebody tells an officer that they've had one drink, what do police typically do in those situations?
I see this quite often with my cases, and police thoroughly investigate it. In the state of Maryland, only thing they need to issue a breathalyzer is what they call a moderate smell of alcohol.
Maryland criminal defense attorney Vernon Brownlee has no connection to this case. He says an admission of drinking often leads police to investigate further.
How many different body cam footage videos that we've probably seen? I'm sure you've seen on YouTube. They'll probably say, I have one drink. And I'm sure the cops smell the person and realize, of course they had more than one drink. I've had one drink. I never parked my car on top of a tree. Homeboy was blitzed. He was done. He was lit, as the kids say. Well, I don't know what the kids say anymore, but he was gone. And so gone that that tree got destroyed or got bent over, and he was able to tell the cops, yeah, I only had one drink. Oh, you're a senator? Oh, we'll get somebody else to drive this car home. No problems. Let's sweep this all under the rug while he hit a mirror, I believe, and he also landed on top of that damn tree.
Without even saying that the person had anything to drink, smelling alcohol generally triggers a full investigation. But one beer or admitting to drinking any alcohol would definitely trigger an investigation in the cases that I currently have.
Surveillance video exclusively obtained by Spotlight on Maryland shows Senator Muse returning to the SUV around 9:30 that night, about an hour after he told us he had collided with another vehicle a block away. The video shows Muse standing in the street for about 35 seconds before walking to his Land Rover Defender. He appears to open the door. The vehicle's front headlights and rear lights come on, the vehicle's brake lights illuminate, and another person approaches his vehicle. In this street-level video that we obtained, you can see Senator Muse getting inside his car. These photos show Senator Muse inside.
You know, how's driving defined in the state of Maryland?
So driving in Maryland is actually, especially when we're talking about drinking and driving, is actually rather complex. We think of driving as my car is moving, I'm behind the wheel, and I'm accelerating. However, in the state of Maryland, you could be in the parking lot, your car can be technically off, and they can say that you're driving as long as you can exert control over the car.
And that makes sense. Let's say you're in a parking lot and the keys are in ignition, if you have those type of cars, and you're passed out or you just look you look out of it. The cops are going to stop you. They're not going to say, well, technically the car is not on the road, so technically you're not driving drunk. If you look drunk and you are in the driver's seat, they're gonna do something. The cops are not going to just let you ride with that. I think that's in many areas across the country.
Says some of his clients have been charged for only being in the proximity of their vehicle, especially when accidents have recently happened and they admit to alcohol consumption.
So it's not a situation which they actually have to see the vehicle moving to determine whether or not someone was driving under their law in the state of Maryland.
Why do you think that an investigation did not happen in this situation?
There could have been a myriad of reasons as to why they did not. It just is a bit unusual because when someone does admit to drinking alcohol, those investigations generally conclude.
We will continue to press for answers from police and local and state leaders. In Annapolis, I'm Gary Collins with Spotlight on Maryland.
A bunch of nonsense. This is what happens. People believe that there's certain rules for the elites, your politicians, your celebrities, whatever, what have you, and there's a different set of rules for the rest of us. This dude, I mean, you saw him walking across the street. He was done. He was toast. He was drinking more than one drink. He didn't have just one drink.
Should Annapolis police hold him to the same level of accountability as if it was maybe you?
Absolutely.
You know, he's here representing his constituents, and, you know, instead of working towards those issues that a lot of Marylanders are facing, you know, he was out enjoying himself on a Monday night.
Without Spotlight on Maryland, looking at this, showing the cops the footage, the pictures, No, it was an issue. Someone called the cops because they saw this vehicle driving erratically, parked on top of a tree, and the cops are just trying to let this slide because of his political power. That's why people have no faith in our system, because of garbage that happens like this. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.